Hey guys, I know it's been a long time since I have filmed any videos, but I've been getting this same comment like over and over again on a bunch of old videos on all of my social media platforms about how I store cosplays and wigs and all that fun stuff. So I actually have to re-go through all my wigs and reorganize all them, so I figured I could videotape that and talk about how I organize and store all of my cosplay stuff, so you can see that. So for starters, I actually have this space under my bed that has two rods, and I have all of my costumes stored up here, and some down here, but mostly up here, and I try to organize them through like fandom. So like I've got like my Few Love Live costumes, I've got like My Hero Academia costumes, Voltron costumes, I got some Noragami, got my fairy tale ones and all my Oron ones, that one. And then I just have some miscellaneous stuff down here, like a vest and like dress shirts and stuff. Oh, I have a Hunger Games thing down here that I've never worn. But then I just got jackets. Down here is a lot of like accessories. I have a bunch of broken Bakugo stuff. I got like a few things from like a Santa hat, some of my fairy tale accessories, Love Live accessories, a bunch of other stuff running line down here. And then I have like fairy wings and Jolteon ears over here, and then right here is actually all my wigs, and it's kind of a mess. That is the main thing that I need to go through, and I will show you exactly how I store all of my wigs properly to keep them safe and make sure that nothing happens to them, they don't get damaged and all that other stuff. Alright, so to start with, I have this like old laundry basket that I got for really cheap somewhere, I don't remember. And all of my wigs right now, because I just like kind of tore through them to try to find something, are skewed around. They don't really have a designated spot. So I like to go through them all and divide them between whether I wear them a lot, if they're old wigs I don't use anymore, or if they're wigs that I can be used as scrap. So like this wig is literally like missing a whole middle of it because I used it for another wig. So I took some wefts from it. So the wigs that are kind of like that, I put in one pile. I have a really old wig that I bought for my brother for his first costume that I don't use, but I keep it just in case one of my other siblings wants to try a costume, if I need it for something else, for an extra wig if somebody else needs it for a panel, so I keep it somewhere else. And then I also have wigs that I wear pretty frequently, like here's my Deku wig that I just kind of messed up the styling of, but this is a wig that is pretty brand new. I still would like to wear it, so I'm gonna put it in another pile. And then I have another pile for wigs that I'm either gonna throw away, give away, or do something else with it. But usually that goes to my scrap pile. Either I give it to my siblings so they can play with it and learn how to style, or I use it for scrap. So that's what I'm gonna go through and do really quick. So now my wig basket is completely empty, and I have a bunch of wigs in front of me, minus the bag, a bunch of wigs behind me, and a bunch of wigs beside me. And I have also created one additional pile that I did not mention before, which is my long-haired wigs pile. So most of my long wigs are kept extremely well, and I try to always keep them very nice. This wig I have never worn. It's actually a wig that my mom bought when she went to her first convention and gave it to me, and I've never used it, and it got really tangled. Another one is my Mavis wig that I wore to a convention and it got really tangled, and I knew I was gonna have to buy a new one, so I didn't really care what happened to it. So it's also not in the best shape. So those two, specifically the Mavis wig, I'm probably not gonna care too much about, but I am gonna try to brush and save the brown wig. But other than that, all of my long wigs are kept very well. I have this blue wig that is in here, and there's no tangles in it. I have my Lucy wig in here, no tangles in that. So I'm not even gonna try to touch those. Those with long wigs, you're always gonna wanna keep them in a bag because you don't want the tangles to get in there. You don't want to risk anything like that happening. I like to take the wig and wrap it when you put it in the wig bag, so that it can't move too much while you're messing around with it. And if it does get tangled when you move around the bag, it's usually only at the bottom of the wig rather than at the top of the wig, so it's easier for you to handle. Now, when it comes to storing wigs, I like to keep my wigs that I don't use as much on the bottom, and the wigs that I use a lot, or the wigs that I plan on using pretty soon, towards the top. So a lot of the time my longer wigs go on the bottom, so one, to prevent them from tangling, because if I'm trying to look around for wigs, I don't accidentally switch it around and it gets messed up. And then I put all of my secondary wigs, like my shorter wigs, on top of that, and then I put my newer wigs, or wigs that I know I'm going to be using soon. So when I'm doing that, I like to sometimes categorize and color coordinate them. So I'll put all of my browns together, all my blondes together, and all of my weird colors together. So like for example, I would put my orange Rin wig with this red wig I have, and you know, maybe I'll put this green wig in there, and you know, they're all weird colors, but then I'll do this brown and this brown and this blonde and this blonde, you know, all of that cool stuff. But what's really important when you put the wigs in, and this is what I feel keeps it from tangling inside, is flipping your wig inside out. If your wig is not a wig that is heavily styled, aka large spikes or something like that, you can flip your wig inside out like this rather than keeping it this way. I also feel like it keeps its volume a lot of the time, and I feel like it helps, especially if the wig has been sitting in your closet for 2 months before convention. So I like to do that with all of my wigs before I put them in the bag, and then I will usually put 2 to 3 wigs in the same wig bag. I keep all of my wig bags. Honestly, I don't need to put more than 1 wig in a wig bag because I have enough wig bags to give them all their own bag. This is just more to save space in my opinion, and I find it easier sometimes to find all the wigs. Specific wigs I do keep in their own bag. Like I have this really pretty purple lace front wig, and I don't want anything to happen to it because it does like tangle pretty easily because it is kind of long, but it's not that long. So I'll put this in its own bag, but most of these wigs can share a bag. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my orange wig, and I'm gonna flip it inside out, and then I'll take my already flipped outside green wig, green wig. I'll also take this green wig and flip it inside out, and then I'll take my red wig that I've never used for anything. I don't even know why I still own it. I thought it was cool when I bought it, and I will flip that inside out, and I will just store all of these in a bag. I might have to put them in one at a time. That's fine. And I will go ahead and close that bag. And now if I'm looking for any of these wigs anytime soon, I remember that I put them in the same bag, and all done. Now, these wigs are not as important as some wigs that are heavily styled, and I'll get to how I stored those after I put all these away. Alright, now the last thing is all of my wig scraps. So I have a bunch of extra wefts here and wigs that I'm fine with tearing apart because they're really old. And I also have this wig accessory that I made that is surprised that it's still together. I'm surprised it hasn't fallen apart. Alright, apparently my camera decided to stop recording while I was doing that, but I did put all those away. And then now I have these extra bags, which I like to keep just in case I need them, if I need to pack any new wigs or anything else crazy like. Oh, that is a really long one. It was actually for that blue wig I showed you at the very beginning, the really long one. So I'm going to just fold all these up and then I'm gonna stick them down the side of this, I think. That's usually just where I put them. So now all of my wigs that I'm able to keep in wig things are put away. So now we go to the styled wigs. So for styled wigs, I'm kind of a special case because my I have this thing in my room where I can hook on these little rods for. So I have wig heads just chilling. All right, my camera stopped recording again. So I'm probably gonna cut this end here now. I haven't really been that active lately. My life has been kind of a mess, just trying to figure things out and, you know, all that fun stuff. So I will try to keep posting on the channel whenever I can. Right now it's just kind of been hard, but I am very active on Instagram, or I try to be. That's like the only place I'm very active at, so if you don't follow me there, go ahead and follow me. I am kind of doing costume tutorials there. Not really, I just post my my progress updates. Right now I'm working on a few My Hero Academia costumes and I'm redoing my Voltron costume. I'm supposed to be going to a convention in January hopefully, and again in May, so I'm gonna try to restart doing con vlogs again. I just, you know, carrying around a camera at con is kind of difficult and I've taken a break from doing con vlogs, so trying to get back into the handle, or like the I don't know, the habit of pulling out a camera all the time is kind of hard to do when you stop doing it. So I will try. If you guys have any videos that you really want to see, let me know and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. I hope it's helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I will try to get back to you guys ASAP. So thank you guys for watching. Give a like, subscribe, comment, whatever you want, and I'll see you guys next time.